Sports brings you a special edition of the National Football League for this Thanksgiving matchup. It's the Shamrocks and the Seahawks on Thursday night primetime.
Time to set the old turducken aside and get ready for football as here we go on a Thanksgiving night. Returning from his end zone is Ray McLeod. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. Leading them out, someone who took the league by storm last year is the most famous Mr. Irrelevant ever. From Iowa State, it's Brock Purdy.
Well, his ratio was good last week. Most quarterbacks are really excited about a 3-to-1 ratio, but it's flipped in the wrong direction. He threw 3 interceptions, not touchdown passes, and he only had the 1 TD pass in that game. So he's trying to turn that around and find a way for his team to win. I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A first down there on a pickup of 25. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. The numbers for McCaffrey last week. 7 carries, 53 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
A second down throw for Purdy. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. You talk about this Seahawk defense. And they've played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, it'd easily move into the top 5.
And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Purdy on the sneak. And, boy, that's going to be close. He didn't get much at all there, but he got the first. Looked like they might have held him defensively, but the referee signals it will be a first down.
I think in this situation, all you want to do is make sure your guys are set up front. No one jumps, no penalties. Sometimes we don't even call cadence, just go and pick it up.
Yeah, because it's on them. I mean, the quarterback's job's pretty easy there.
It really is. You talk about inches, just go get it.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. There's some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. A gain of 13. It's a first down. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Throwing here, Purdy. Touchdown! Brandon Ayuk, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Shamrocks put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Breaks through the contact. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They'll be led out by a man who nearly broke the single-season rushing record for quarterbacks last season. A true dual threat out of Ohio State, Justin Fields.
And it would be interesting to see pretty early in this one exactly where his head is, because the best quarterbacks shake off performances like he had last week. Way too many interceptions. Didn't throw a touchdown pass. Team lost the game. Let's see if he can bounce back and get things going in the right direction.
He'll be trying to forget those 3 picks, as you noted. 2nd and 6. On play action, Fields. Finding Smith and Jigba downfield. Now inside the 25. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Jackson Smith and Jigba with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Seahawks are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Extra point up and through by Myers. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, that play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult 3rd down call now.
Here's Purdy now on 3rd and goal. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Ray McCloud, his first touchdown on the year. And his guys have taken the lead. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Moody good with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their 2nd drive. They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win, but we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together, they've got a chance of coming out with a W.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw, Fields. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. Now Fields. Over the middle, finding Smith and Jigba. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, a give to Charbonnet. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. You know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't be. When they're on that type of a losing streak, it's incumbent upon you to take charge of this game early and not give them any reason to hope. Get out and attack them and make sure you knock them back on their butts.
1st down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there. Here's Fields. Outright to Smith-Njigba. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. On the give, here's Charbonnet. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Here we go.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Now it's Fields. He'll get that to Charbonnet. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Charbonnet will take this into the end zone for a Seahawk touchdown.
Well, he's been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with the touchdown run.
Now Myers for the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. A 10-play drive that time. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak can have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And able to find a little space. He gets this up over the 15 to the 16. 4 yards on the pickup. It'll be 2nd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Third and 19. Purdy looking to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That could be the stop this this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
From the 50, here's Fields. It escapes the sack, but now he's swallowed up and taken down. Nick Bosa in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season.
Like the footwork back there, I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Back to return it, Christian McCaffrey. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. This is fielded at the 7. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. He's got the hook up downfield to Samuel. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
On 1st down, it's Purdy. And he will find his man, Samuel. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Holding, offense.
They get Pro Bowl tackle Trent Williams for the infraction there. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Purdy. And he's got, and he lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Following the fumble recovery, Fields. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 2nd down and 4. And from the gun, here's a handoff to Charbonnet. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. So the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. And they'll run on 3rd down to Charbonnet. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's second down.
Well, not a game that you're going to go crazy about, but when you start at your own 2-yard line, any type of space is good for the offensive guys.
Yeah, you just can't go backwards from here. They did it. Now we'll see if they can keep it on schedule here on second down. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half for the defense trying to come in today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down. Now Purdy. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey, and he'll be out of bounds right at about the 10-yard line. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a fourth down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on third. They'll run for it. McCaffrey. And he's got some space here. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Purdy to throw it on first down. He'll get this out right here to McCaffrey. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that's going to make it third down and less than a yard. Here's Purdy. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
2 first downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Purdy will look to throw again here. But that's caught at the 25. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And his kick is good. And they take a 17-14 lead. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
This fielded right at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Here we go. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So we've reached past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Looking to throw on second down. Fields to the right side and complete to Metcalf. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. Here comes third down and 7. To throw is Fields. And now off to the races down the right side. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Now a handoff to Charbonnet. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. But not many guys who can blow up plays like Chase Young. He did it again there. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 42 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. On 1st and 10, it's Charbonnet. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Here we go.
Fields now to throw. This is Fant on the short completion. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Here's Fields. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Credit the sack to Fred Warner. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This from 54 yards away. Myers' kick is good, and that will tie things at 17-all. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue, because you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And their 3-point halftime lead gone now, back to a tie game. But, Charles, I don't imagine that changes too much for this offense.
I would agree. I don't think it changes much at all, whether it's a 3-point lead or a tie game. They know they have their work cut out for them, and they were going to run their offense in the same vein. Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before it could even get started. It will be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw into the hands of Lockett. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A very solid gain of 27.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
His pass caught at the 4. Touchdown, Seahawks. Jackson Smith-Njigba, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Seahawks have moved out in front here in the final minute of the 3rd quarter. Myers connects on the PAT, and they will take a 7-point lead. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Here's McLeod from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Flush to his right. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
And the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Throwing here, Purdy. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And the lead is up to 14. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Back to the air on 2nd down, Purdy. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. But if you look where that play starts, O-line versus D-line, that was a battle won by the D-line.
Yeah, and oftentimes it's won by quickness off the ball. Who can handle the guy across from them best? On that play, the defensive line did exactly that.
Back now here on EA Sports as we are set to bring you the home stretch here, the 4th quarter. Now is 2nd and 10. Purdy now to throw. Open man is Jerron Jennings. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 42. Oh, boy, Christian McCaffrey shaken up, so hold everything here. as they're going to take a look at it. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3. At the Seahawks 35-yard line.
Back to throw, Purdy. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. Room here to run. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. 59 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season. Purdy looking to throw on 1st down here. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked up by Devin Witherspoon. And the Seahawks are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
Now Fields. And that's going to be incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
The Seahawks on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Now it's Fields. Pressure comes and down he goes. Javon Kinlaw in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it will be 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He'll take it at the 42. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A good return there, 17 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Jamal Adams. And the Seahawks will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Fields throw into the hands of Fan.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields.
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield.
Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
And now defensively they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Fielded just inside the 30. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The situation for them offensively as follows. Down by 2 touchdowns. 2 minutes, 20 seconds to go.
They have 2 timeouts and the 2-minute warning to work with, but they also need 2 scores. They've got to go quick. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Devin Witherspoon. Inside the 10, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Dublin's offense now set to take over. This one certainly has not gone according to script. You would have thought on paper that this offense would have its way here, but they certainly have not, and they trail big. After this, it figures to be a quiet trip home. Taking a shot for Samuel, and that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown! Deebo Samuel, 83 yards. And the Shamrocks have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Now Moody for the PAT. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. And he takes it all the way, but there is a flag down, so hold the celebration. This one's coming back. Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the 4th quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
Out quickly here to Smith and Jigba. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Fields. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. Well, I'm sure he likes this performance a little bit better than last week. He had the 3 interceptions here, none in the 4th quarter, and he's got his guys in front.
Guaranteed he put in a tremendous amount of work this week, but maybe the matchup is just better for him. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. It's almost like those golfers. Certain courses fit their eye, and they like what they see. And other courses, as soon as they tee it up, they know they have no shot. Maybe that's the difference for him. Last week, no. This week, a big yes.
Fields down to a knee here, and that should just about put a bow on this one. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense.